Hi everyone, I'm Jay, and today we are going to see the networking devices. Generally, in the network, the devices are categorized into two types. First are those by which you can create a network, and the second one are those by which you can connect different networks. Okay, in this presentation, we are going to see these devices. We will see the repeater, hub, switch, bridge, router, and the gateway. Let's start with the repeater. Now, what is repeater? The repeater is also known as regenerator, and it works as the physical layer of the OSI model. Now, whenever I say that any device is working at the physical layer, it means that that device is a dumb device that cannot understand the meaning of the data. It can only forward the data or it can do some process to the data. The repeater is not amplifier. What is amplifier? The amplifier amplifies the signal, but amplifier does not remove the noise. But the repeater will remove the noise. So you can see that in this figure, at the input of the repeater, there are some corrupted signal. It means the signal is noisy. When this noisy signal is given to the repeater will remove the noise and it will convert the signal to the original shape. So that is the function of the repeater. Now if we have given this corrupted signal, this noisy signal to the amplifier, the signal will be amplified along with the noise. So that is problematic, right? Now let's see the second device, that is hub. Using the hub, we can create local area network, and the hub operates at the physical layer. You can see that in this figure we have connected these 5 devices using hub. Now there is a one disadvantage of hub. Suppose this device want to send any data, and when this device send the data, the hub will not forward the data to this device only. In fact, it will forward the data to all the devices. So whenever hub is receiving any data, it will broadcast that data. So because it is broadcasting the data, there is a concern of the security, because every device is getting the data even though they are not supposed to receive the data. The hub also wastes the bandwidth because there are some communication is going on the link on which there should not be any communication, because the data should be forwarded from this device to this device only. So that is the disadvantage of hub. The hub is working at the physical layer, so it is a dumb device. Now let's see the second device, that is switch. The switch operates at the data link layer, and if any device is operating apart from the physical layer, at the layer which is apart from physical layer, it means those devices are smart device. So switch is a smart device. The switch maintains a table of the physical addresses, and that is known as the switching table. So the switch is having the table, and in the table the information will be like there will be nodes and there will be physical addresses. Physical address is also known as MAC address. So switch actually knows that to its which interface which MAC address device is connected. And by knowing this, switch can easily forward the packet. Like for example, if this device is sending the data to this device, when this device is received by the switch, from the data, switch can understand that to which device the data should be forwarded. And how does it know? By using the switching table. So when switch receives any data, it will check the switching table, and by checking the switching table, it will forward the data to the destination. So that is the advantage of switch, and we can understand that the switch provides confidentiality. Switch does not broadcast the data that it receives, it is simply just unicast. So only this device is receiving the data, these remaining devices are not receiving any data, and there is no wastage of the bandwidth. Now the next device is the router. The router operates at the network layer. So again it is a smart device, and the router, it maintains the table which is known as the routing table. Generally the function of the router to deliver the data from one network to another network. So switch generally use at the local area network, the switch is used is in the only one network, but router is used between more than one networks. So when we want to send data from one network to another network, in that case router is very useful. But when we want to send data within a network, then switch is useful. The router is intelligent device and router maintains the routing table. And in the routing table, the information will be like the interfaces and the IP address. So in the routing table, the entry will be IP address, and in the switch, the table will contain the MAC address. The router uses the routing protocols. So it can use the distance vector or link state. It can use different routing protocol to deliver the data to the destination. There is a possibility that we can configure the router by our own, but right now there are millions of network available, so it is not very convenient method. So router update themselves, they update themselves. Okay, so this is the figure. Like you can see that there are different networks are there, and using the router you can deliver data from one network to the another network. Now let's see the next device, that is bridge. The bridge operates at the data link layer. So it is a smart device, and the main function of the bridge is to divide the network into smaller segments. Because what happens is that if we have created one network that is of large size, so the complexity of the network is very high. So to manage the network, we can divide that network into different small segments using the bridge, so that we can manage and maintain those segments easily. So you can see that the one network is divided into two networks using a bridge. Okay, and bridge, it maintains the table, and in the table there will be the entry of the MAC address. Now let's see the last device, which is the gateway. The gateway operates at the 7th layer of the OSI model. It means it operates at the application layer. Now why gateway is needed? In the network, different separate network are working. In the computer network, different networks are working at the different protocol. So if we are sending any data using one protocol to the another network that is using another protocol, in that case there will be a problem in the communication. So to avoid the problem in the communication, we need a protocol converter. So you can see that right now, suppose this network is working on, let's say, some SNA network, and the different network is working on some NetWire protocol. So this is working on SNA protocol and this is working on NetWire protocol. So these two networks cannot communicate directly. Using the gateway, we can convert this data to one protocol to the another, so that communication can be done. And this is it for this session. Thank you so much.